This coverage for CES 2019 has been made possible by Irie Coffee, Teas and Bobas. Check out the links in the description for more information. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Techno Warriors TV and welcome to CES 2019. I am extremely thrilled to show you the ThermalTake booth. I'm here, and as you can see, there is a lot of stuff to cover, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, we're going to be talking with Steven about some of these things. First of all, we're going to take a look at their brand new digital power supply. Without further ado, take it away.
So what we're looking here is our new iRGB Plus Go. It is 80 Plus Go, digital control, with Japanese capacitor, so it's going to be more reliable, it's quieter, and it lasts a long time. What it really does is that also we have the function, it's the TT Plus, Eco Plus family, which means you can sync everything together, power supply, keyboard, mouse, and mouse pad. So you can see is stream speed.
Oh, that's cool. So you have RGB everything. And I see you have kind of like an Alexa or like a Siri type of thing that allows you to talk to your components.
Right, but we do not have the Alexa set up right here, so we have to skip on that part.
We will show you the Alexa portion later in the video. So tell us about some of the keyboards you have.
Sure. Here's what we're going to release in 2019. It's called Level 20 keyboard, featuring full aluminum faceplates, floating keycaps.
Okay, you want to push this so I can get a real good shot of that? Okay, turn it to the left. So I can get this way. Yeah, that's perfect. Give a real sharp looking. Got floating keycaps looking real sharp on that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Okay, floating keycap. Of course, it's going to be with cherry mix switches, and we have blue and silver.
Ooh. So, that feels really, really nice. And so, what are the other features of this keyboard?
So it's a full keyboard, full-size keyboard. Of course, it has all the shenanigans, your anti-ghosting and
all the main stuff you would ever want.
And macros, along with the level 20 mouse, also new this year, optical gaming mouse. I do not have any more information on this. This is brand new.
You guys are all up in the RGB. Look at this thing.
Correct. And let's see. Oh, somehow the software crashed.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Let's go over. Yep. Let's take a look at over here.
What we have right here, what you're looking at is PF1. It's full modular platinum. What we call is ARGB. It means addressable RGB. This way, you do not need our own software. All you have to do is plug into an RGB compatible motherboard, and you can do direct sync and direct control.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Now, let's take a look at this. So this is, let's take a look at this right here. Okay, let's go over to the next one.
Let's do more gaming.
Okay.
So in this side, I can show you the TTRGB Plus sync. So, for example, you can see in this software, simply you just pulled up the tab, says sync, and make sure you can see we can sync our mouse pad.
Okay.
And also our new mouse, the headset stand, and also the keyboard itself. Make sure it's in sync. And go to lighting. What you do is select wave.
Now, do they interact with games like Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto?
That could be added later on, but at this point, unfortunately, no.
Oh.
We do have collaboration with Razer, which is in that system over there. We can sync with Razer Chroma, and it does Thanks for that, sir. So Chris has a interview right here, so we have to be quiet. Yeah, it's the Razer Chroma, and it has all the add-on features that you can sync with the game, and
Well, thank you so much. We will head on and over and do the fans and cases and RAM.
What's up guys, my name is Donnie. I'm here with ThermalTake. I'm one of the product managers for cooling. And I want to introduce to you our new Water RAM RGB water block memory. So we're offering this new memory. We're taking our dive into memory for the first time, offering 16 gigs and 32 gig kits. These memories kits are speeded at 3200 megahertz, CL16 latency. Of course, we gotta have that beautiful RGB. That's the only way ThermalTake
Looking real
does it.
sharp there and colorful.
And very colorful. So we, of course, have it synced up with our TT-RGB Plus software. However, we now have an offering. If you have a 5-volt addressable motherboard, you can also utilize that motherboard software to match up with your system. All right?
And then,
just to give you a little, this is how the heat sinks will look like as is. A nice finished aluminum with, of course, our TT Premium logo. And it feels just solid and
all right,
premium.
get it real close up for the camera.
We gotta get real close right here.
There we go, looking real sharp and sexy, ladies and gentlemen.
sharp.
An absolute lady pleaser.
All right.
Okay.
Now let's just say, let's show it in action right here. So this is installed onto a system. One side is on the loop itself, and you can see the coolant flow through here. But you can also just utilize it as is, not necessarily with the water block on top. You can just have, as I showed you before, the sticks itself and utilize convection cooling. So we're boasting that we will have a decent amount of cooling if you have a non-heat synced DIMM kit. Now let's just say this is something a little too much. You don't need liquid cooling. You don't need this fancy heat sink.
You don't need the all fancy and dancy.
But you still want RGB, right? So over here to your left, we're offering just a RAM cover.
That's cool.
Right? So this cover will still sync up with our RGB Plus software. You're going to hear that a lot during this video. But also, again, a 5-volt adjustable motherboard. So our fans here, these are our new, launching this quarter, pure ARGB fans. We have them in 12, 14, and 200.
200, wow.
We got 200. These are all linked up into one unit cycle. And it also includes a adjustable analog controller. So you have 7 preset modes, 8 colors to choose from, and I mean, this is going to be on the low end side. So if you don't want that high digital, you don't need all that fluff, you just want something that works out of the box, this is a good option for you guys right here.
Okay, and then let's go over here.
But then you got the big boys, you got the premium fans.
You got the big kahunas.
The big boys here, the trio fans. You got front, back, center, LED rings here for a total of 36 LEDs on this bad boy.
Holy criminy.
You have so many lighting options to choose from. So this is full digital. Again, if you want to do sync with your motherboard, we have an option for that TT Sync controller we launched last year.
That's
So
awesome.
you're not left out on that.
All right, coming over here.
So we just got some simple cases. You remember our P90 from last year?
Yeah.
We got the trio fans. It's running through the TT-RGB Plus software.
And then let's take a look at all the other cases.
So we can go to the extruder here.
Yep.
So as you guys know, it is our 20th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy birthday, ThermalTake.
Yep, happy birthday
We're
to you.
celebrating. Just run through the family, the baby, through the big daddy. We got the level 20 VT,
Okay.
micro ATX case,
It's full tempered glass.
full tempered glass, 4mm thick across all sides.
Now what about safety? Because I know tempered glass can break.
Tempered glass can break, but it will not shatter.
Because I've seen some chip cases shatter and then it'd be super dangerous.
Ooh. Out of the box?
No, by just...
So who rage quit and then who threw out a panel?
I don't know, I've just seen it on Facebook.
Okay. I've actually just earlier last year during DreamHack, I had this very case and I was filling out the coolant from this side of the cabinet and I dropped the panel and the panel survived. So I'm telling you, this glass is fairly thick. Unless you throw it down with intention, I'm sure that thing can break, just like any other material.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to, you'll break it.
All right, hold, pause.
So moving over next to the level 20 MT, this is going to be our mainstream case. It launched a few months, or actually just a month ago, fairly recently. That's our mid tower. Comes pre-installed with the ARGB fans I showed you earlier.
It's pre-installed fans.
It's pre-installed fans. We're including our new AIO.
Looking real sharp.
It looks sleek, right? It looks sleek.
Very sleek. Let's take a look at the front I/O. Let's see what we got on the top. Got plenty of All right, so you got 2 US audio jacks and all that fun stuff.
The basic necessity.
The bare necessities.
Bare necessities.
All right, let's take a look at this behemoth.
All right, so you remember our Core X9 back a few years back. So we slapped on some tempered glass, give it a little good refresh, and that case did so well. We added it to the level 29.
Just look at the size of these fans, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see in here, we got triple rads. They even have a radiator that has RGB on it. That's RGB everything these days. And I know Patrick, and shout out to our operations manager, operations officer Patrick Weaver. He hates RGB.
He hates RGB, right? To each their own, though, right?
Yeah.
I personally love them. I love the versatility of them.
It's great when it needs to, where it needs to be.
Right.
But on a motherboard, because you know RGB is going to raise heat levels.
Right. It's negligible, but yes, it can. I mean, anything with power is going to create.
Yeah, and then you got people with, you got motherboard companies you got motherboard companies slapping every RGB LED in every nook and cranny. Freaking dims.
RGB here. Well, yeah, our dims are having RGB now too. We're one of the companies now stepping into that RGB game. We're expanding that RGB game.
No, but you guys don't put it in the actual dim slots. In the PCI Express and in the NVMe slots.
Okay. Yeah.
That's when it gets overboard.
Sorry, we're not going to do that, guys.
Oh. All right, let's go over here.
And of course,
the Big Daddy himself.
Big Daddy himself, celebrating his birthday right here. Thanks you for CES for the Innovation Award for the level 20.
You can see right here, Innovation Awards, a big congratulations from Techno Warriors TV.
Techno Warriors TV.
And guess what? I'm about to say to you right now that Thermaltake has received the Techno Warriors TV Best of CES 2019.
That's right.
So, coming over here, tell me about this big boy. I've never seen this guy in person.
So the level 20 is based off a chambers aesthetic, right? So out of the box, you'll have a hard drive cage here for your storage, your main chamber for your system as a whole, and your power supply chamber itself. Now, clearly, as Thermaltake, we're always going to go liquid cooling. We want the best of the best. We're going for it no matter what. Liquid cooling is the only way. You want to have fun, you want to make it your own, go liquid cooling. And so what we did here is we made it our own.
So is liquid cooling easy? Like, is AI, it's like, this is a custom loop. Is it easy to get into?
It is very easy to get into, but hard to bite the bullet at first, right? It's very intimidating.
What about your What about your coolant? Is it conductive and dangerous for components, or is it non-conductive?
With any basic practice, right? Even when you're just building the PC as is, you don't want any electricity running through your system, right?
Yeah.
So the coolant itself, if you were to spill on your components, as long as there's no electricity flowing through your components, you're fine. You can clean that off, right? The coolant itself, depending on where you go, some are conductive, some have, whatnot. Ours is not conductive. One of our lines is not conductive, right? So you can do it. You can spill it. Majority of it's distilled water with our.
You can see you got that good, awesome Air Force water block looking there, supporting the Air Force right there. This is, and dude, red, white, and blue. Yeah, this is my computer right here. This is not mine personally. But this would be my rig. Make everything red, white, and blue. All right, coming over to this bad boy.
All right, so this is basically the same case, but this is a concept. So we wanted to show basically the color schemes you can do with some nice paint treatment. So
you can see,
blue version.
So this right here is all RGB everything. Coming over here.
As RGB as you can get.
This little guy over here.
All right, so our A series, we started off with the A500, our $250 contemporary case. This is the big brother to that, aluminum body, the A700. As you can see, this is a wide body. Go ahead, feel free. This aluminum finish right here, it will eliminate a lot of fingerprints. So instead of having to look back at your case and, I got to clean that up again, that's what I love about this nice finish right here.
And then what do we have for front I/O?
For front I/O, we got 2 USB 3.0, 2 USB 2.0, and 1 USB Type-C, 2 USB 3.0. So
high five on that one. All right, over here.
All right, so this is the in-between. So we got some feedback with the A500 that you have on the right. This is the S500. Essentially the same as the A500, but with a steel body instead of aluminum.
Nice.
So it is black compared to that, obviously, aluminum grade titanium finish.
So tell us about the 500 series. Like, what does it feature inside of it?
Featuring ATX support, you got side mounts radiator support up to 480, and then also 360 in the front, 360 on top.
So you could customize the hell out of this motherboard.
Yeah, this removable drive case right here gives you enough space. You can even get the power or if you want this power strap opening, we got that new RGB power supply that has that RGB logo inside.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And then this is the one that will launch initially first, A500 that everyone sees. So as you can see, it's the same body, but again, we got steel or aluminum. So,
All right, let's come over here. What do we got over here?
all right, so this is more of the DOI.
Yeah, so actually, let's cut here.
All right, guys, so I wanted to give you a little showcase about our ARGB AIOs. You saw earlier with the pure ARGB fans. Syncable with your 5-volt adjustable motherboard. We'll have that in 360, 240, and 120. It's going to be a 25mm thick radiator. But again, you're going to have your standard AIO at a much cheaper price with that same flow pump design. Okay? Yes. Any questions?
Tell us about some of the. Everything is RGB.
RGB, yes.
Now let's talk about this guy's over here.
Okay, so this little guy right here is our 2070 Plus. So this is going to partner with Asus Strix cards, specifically for their cards. So we also have the 2080 Founders Edition, 2080 Ti, and 2080 also Asus. So you're going to see a little trend with Thermaltake right now. Majority of our water blocks for GPU have been with Asus. So if you have if you're planning to get a 2070 Asus card, hit us up. We got the water block for you. Just right behind that, we got our new. Let's just take this up. We got our new pastel line of coolant. It's been a while since we had a refresh on coolant. We have about 5 colors. White is missing right now. I think someone went away and tried to drink it, but hopefully they're okay. So we have 5 colors of pastel coolant, and we also have 7 colors of transparent coolant. So it's just standard coolant that you'll see here. More color options for you, so you can get everything out of the box. And lastly, I wanted to show up here in the top. We're coming out finally. Everyone's been asking for copper radiators. Thermaltake, get copper radiators. Please have copper radiators. We could finally say we have our line of copper radiators. We have them at 27mm thick, 40mm thick, which is this one, and our big boy 64mm thick.
Holy guys!
So depending on whatever case you have, if you want copper radiators, we can support you on that. That's going to be key for 2019.
All right, well, it's time to end the video.
Yes.
Thank you, Thermaltake, for everything. Thank you
you for
so
coming
much
by.
for watching this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Strangle that subscribe button,
Don't take it too hard.
slap it in the face, and pow, right in the kisser. Have a wonderful day.